actually allow him back on the sideline. And his teammate with the Royals, Mark Gubicza, Bo Jackson was very close with, and he got Mark Gubicza a sideline pass. And at one point, Bo, he's watching the game now on the sideline with his leg kind of wrapped. He says to Gubicza, he goes, "Hey, Goobs, go up and get my kids." And Bo's sons, Garrett and Nicholas, were sitting in the stands, and he brings them down to the sideline. He's sitting with his kids. And after the game, Bo is walking off the field, and Kevin Walker, the guy who tackled him, comes up to him and says, "Hey, Bo, I'm Kevin. I'm the guy who tackled you. I really hope you're okay." And Bo's like, "Nah, man, it's all good. I'll be back next week." Well, sitting in the stands watching this game is Dr. Marcela Flores. And she is a Portland, Oregon-based emergency room physician, but she's also the sister-in-law of Amy Trask, who is a Raider employee, who you might know. She's worked in media for years. And when the game ends, Flores reaches out to her sister-in-law, Trask, and she goes, and this is from my book, Last Folk Hero, about Bo Jackson. She goes, "Amy, you better be concerned about Bo's injury." And Amy Trask is like, "I don't think we're that worried. It's probably just a bruise." And she said, "I'm telling you, it doesn't look like a bruise from up here. If I were you, I'd be very concerned about a vascular necrosis. Amy Trask is like, "I don't know what that is." And she goes up to Al Davis, the owner, and she says, "Mr. Davis, my sister-in-law says this injury might be worse than it seems." And Al Davis is like, "Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Well, the next day, Bo Jackson, they think it's a hip pointer. And the next day, Bo Jackson goes to the physician, and they do a scan and an x-ray. And when it's done, the doctor or the x-ray technician goes to Bo and he says, "Do you see this big black circle on your hip?" And Bo's like, "Yeah." He goes, "That is all blood pooling in your hip." And Bo Jackson, he said for the first time ever he could remember, felt like he was going to pass out. He got dizzy seeing it, just all this blood accumulating in his hip. The next week, the Raiders travel to Buffalo, and Bo travels with them. And there's this speculation. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? And he's on the field before the game. It's freezing cold, Buffalo, New York. And he's on the field, and he's kind of limping along, but you can't really tell he's limping. And he's starting getting bashed by some of the media members for not playing. They're like, "Bo was good enough to travel, but he didn't play. What is wrong with this guy? Is he soft?" They used to say that in college. Well, the Bills are winning 41-3 at halftime. They go on to the Super Bowl. And someone wrote, actually, they wrote in the Long Beach Press Telegram, Bo Jackson showed his true colors on Sunday in Buffalo, and they weren't silver and black, meaning he was a pussy. He goes back to California. He's diagnosed with this devastating hip injury, and he ultimately needs a hip replacement. And it changed